You know how every great investigation starts with a spark of curiosity? Something like, what's the meaning of life? Or how did the pyramids get built? Well, this one started with me staring at a fish bobber in Red Dead 2 and thinking, man, how deep is this water anyway? Because on the surface, pun absolutely intended, water in this game is just water. You cross rivers, you swim in lakes, you occasionally drown when your horse betrays your midstream, but underneath all of that, what's really going on? Is Rockstar modeling realistic aquatic geography? Like, did they give Flatiron Lake an actual depth chart? Or is it just a big blue sheet of don't ask questions slapped on top of the map? And once that thought crawled into my brain, I couldn't let it go, like I had to know. And so here we are. Welcome to the dumbest, most unnecessary question I've ever tried to answer. How deep are Red Dead Redemption 2's rivers and lakes? So let's start small. If you just walk Arthur into a stream, you'll notice something right away. Rockstar actually bothered to model the slope of the riverbed, which already is insane attention to detail. Most games just kinda turn off the ground once it's underwater. You walk a few feet and boom, you're swimming in some invisible pool. But here, Arthur's boots sink, the water rises on his coat, and you can actually see the rocks and plants underneath. And yeah, this is one of those things you never notice when you're busy shooting O'Driscoll in the face. But when you slow down, when you really look, you realize Rockstar didn't have to do this. They could have just faked it. They gave us an honest to god underwater environment. Now, of course, shallow streams don't answer the big question. You dive in, you're basically touching the bottom immediately. It's maybe waist high, chest high at best. Think of it like the kiddie pool section of the water park. Safe, boring, not where we're headed. Okay, let's level up. Let's talk rivers. The Dakota River, for example. If you've played the game, you've probably crossed this one dozens of times. Maybe you've fallen in while chasing a bounty. Maybe you tried to ford it Oregon Trail style with a wagon and immediately regretted your life choices. Either way, the Dakota is huge. But here's the thing, it feels massive when you're on the surface, but depth-wise, it's actually not that bad. When you dive under, Arthur can reach the bottom fairly easily. I'd say it's around 5 to 6 meters deep in the widest sections, and this is kind of the trend for most rivers. Wide, intimidating on top, but not crazy deep underneath. Now, the Kamasa River is a different beast. This thing runs like a spinal cord across the whole map. It's iconic, it's deadly, it's home to more drowned wagons than I'd care to admit. So naturally, I tested it in multiple spots, and the results, consistently under 10 meters deep, which if you think about it, is hilarious, because in real life, a river like that could easily be 30, 40, even 60 meters deep in some places, but Rockstar clearly capped it. They were like, okay, people are gonna swim, not scuba diving. Keep it shallow, Johnson. Now we get into the main event, the heavyweight championship. The question that broke my brain in the first place. Flatiron Lake. This thing is huge. You can row for minutes and still see nothing but water. It's the closest thing the game has to an ocean, so naturally I assumed it would have some insane depth. But here's the thing though, it doesn't. You dive in, and after a certain point, Arthur just can't go any farther. He sort of hangs there, suspended in water like he's hit an invisible ceiling. And below him, just endless blue void. No rocks, no plants, nothing. It's not a lake floor, it's a digital abyss. And I tested this in multiple spots around Flatiron. Near the shore, sure, you can find bottom, go out further, nope, just infinite limbo. Which basically means that Flatiron Lake is the same game equivalent to those fake swimming pools in early PS2 games. It looks massive, but depth-wise, it's just Rockstar saying, don't ask questions. Now, compare that to Awangilla Lake, out by Strawberry. Much smaller, but it actually has a proper floor. You dive, you see rocks, you touch bottom, it feels real. Same with like Don Julio down south. It's tiny, but it has depth that makes sense. So here's the irony, the biggest, most intimidating body of water in the entire game is completely fake. The small, cozy ones, way more realistic. It's like Rockstar's priorities were backwards. Now let's talk about the weird stuff. Horses. If you ride a horse into deep water, it starts swimming, which is already funny to watch. But here's the kicker. If you push too far into Flatiron Lake, you and your horse just die. Instantly, no slow drowning, no panic, just you're gone, like Rockstar hard-coded a nope zone into the middle of the lake. Which honestly is kinda terrifying. Flatiron Lake isn't deep, it's cursed. And waterfalls? You'd think maybe Rockstar hid some insane depth there, like a plunge pool that's deeper than anything else. But nope, every single waterfall I tested has a disappointingly shallow base. You dive in, and bam, you're touching rocks almost immediately. Sorry, no secret Atlantis waiting under Cumberland Falls. And if you really break the camera, or just use mods, you'll see the dirty secret. Sometimes the lake bed just doesn't exist. It fades into nothingness, or you hit invisible walls, which proves what I suspected all along. Rockstar never intended anyone to ask this question. So what did we learn from all this? RDR2's rivers usually max out around 5 to 10 meters deep. Small lakes like Almagilla or Don Julio, they've got believable floors. But Flatiron Lake, the biggest one of all, is basically a watery lie. It's not a lake, it's a void in disguise. And honestly, that's kinda beautiful because Rockstar gave us just enough depth to make fishing, swimming, and the occasional horse drowning feel immersive. They didn't need to build an underwater world, they just gave us the illusion of one, and we all bought it. So next time you cast a line into Flatiron Lake, just remember, you're not fishing in a lake, you're fishing in the digital abyss. And maybe, just maybe, that's the real cowboy experience. And if you enjoyed this silly, stupid, scientific investigation, hit that subscribe button so I can keep wasting my time on dumb questions for your entertainment. And let me know in the comments, what's the next thing I should test in RDR2? Because clearly I'm willing to drown Arthur 100 more times if it means getting answers. So see you in the next one. Peace out.